Okay, guys, I am super excited. How in the world we just made it through January, February, March, April, and let me tell you what, May is starting off with this huge momentum. I have been in this industry for 4 years and I have never seen this kind of growth and excitement in May, ever ever before. The fact that people are turning around and hitting these VIP resets, turning around and coming in and joining and immediately starting to hit these $500 bonuses back to back, it's absolutely mind blowing to me. And I want you guys to realize something. This is very unique. This company is very unique for that it helps people get started right from the get-go. And it puts money in people's pockets right away. And what that does in turn is it helps grow your organization, because people that are joining you, they're going to be able to make that money quicker. And let's face it, most of the time when people join a business like this, it's because they need the money and they need the money to like tomorrow. Right. So this gives them a way that they can they can start making money in every single Tuesday. There's a couple things that I definitely want to touch on before we kind of get into the meat of this whole Zoom. Okay. And the reason why I want to touch on these topics is because people can get stuck in this comparison. People can get stuck in this, I'm not signing anybody stage. People can get stuck in this real discouragement mode. And what happens is your business stops. I'm just going to be honest with you. The more you sit there and you focus on who you're not signing, the more people you're not going to sign up. The more you sit there and focus on the things that you're not getting or not accomplishing, the more you're going to continue to not accomplish those things. The more you start focusing on who you can help be successful, the more you are going to find that you are going to be focused on not only growth, you're going to focus on learning, you're going to focus on helping other people. I can tell you nothing makes me happier than to see people achieve their goals. Okay. Like that is what it's all about, is seeing other people achieve their goals. I seen Amanda Hall post that Eric got to come home today, their picture of their family in bed. Guys, that's the kind of stuff that brings me to tears. Okay. Because I know firsthand what that's like. I know what that's like because in 2014, I came home full time. I worked full time as a nurse. I was working 2 jobs as an RN when I started in network marketing. And I was able to leave one of those almost immediately. I left my second job in 2014 and I stayed casual though. My husband came home full time in May 2015. And then 2016 was a nightmare, to say the least. And I ended up going back to work after my dad had passed away in August. I went back to work in November, full time. And to say I had a piece of humble pie would be an understatement. But not only that, it made me look at things a lot differently. It made me realize how much I was missing with my girls. It made me realize how much I fell in love with network marketing and what it gave me the opportunity to be there every step with my father whenever he was sick. It also woke me up to what it was like again to work like a crazy person, not use an excuse about my job, my kids. My why was my family. And I'm going to tell you guys something right now. Some of you guys don't know this because you just joined and you just see my face. I pop up all the time. But those that have been with on this team since the beginning of the journey, middle of this journey, whatever, I worked full time. I did many times that I was talking in chats. I was doing sometimes Zooms, live chats, sometimes in my break room at work. I was signing people. I was taking experiences to work, whether it be at the ball field, whether it be in the middle of a midnight shift. I would come home from work. I'd leave my house at 6 o'clock on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. I'd leave my house at 6 o'clock. I would work all night, get off work at 7:30 in the morning. I would normally stay up for a couple hours. Then I disappear for a couple hours so I could get a little bit of shut eye, wake up about 2:30, get at it again until I went back to work at 6. And I did that constantly all the way up to 200K. And I'm going to tell you guys that, and I think that my team can vouch for me, I did not use my kids or my job as an excuse at any point in time. And I'm going to tell you why. Because my kids were the reason why I did it. All right. I fought for my family because my family needed it. And I want you guys to know, was I discouraged at points in time? Absolutely. Absolutely. Did I have letdowns, setbacks? Absolutely. Guys, I had so much hate when I came and I joined, people that broke my heart. I'm talking like people that said I was selfish for joining this business, people that attacked my character, people that said this didn't work, people that made fun of it. I mean, and probably worse than a person that has never done network marketing ever could experience. I took all the blows, but I stood there and I proudly proved them wrong, along with my team, and I want you to know that you are no different than that. And I want you to know that you're going to get discouragement. If you don't get discouragement, then you're not pushing yourself. If you don't get times where you could question if you've worked hard enough, if you can push any further, don't sit there and say, I'm telling you this, and I'm trying to bring out my inner yellow when I say this. Don't use your family as your excuse to why you can't do this business. It does not mean that you have to be on 24/7, okay? But if you need this business, I'm talking like I was about ready to go back into losing my house mode, okay? I was about ready to go back into every single one of my credit cards being maxed out mode. No, I was already there. All my credit cards were maxed out. I was getting those calls from the bill collectors every single day. I was right there. In fact, one time, in the midst of all my hell, my water was shut off. And it was because I didn't realize the bill was due, and I certainly didn't have the money to pay it. I was that tight to tight. And I'm not talking about years ago when I first started. I'm talking about the in-between stage, the time that I decided to let go of what was and go for what could be. Okay? And it was up to me to make that decision if I was going to believe that it was possible, or I was going to allow myself to set back and use all the obstacles. Mentally, I was not in a good place. Physically, I was kind of going down the drain. I was exhausted all the time. Mentally, guys, mental exhaustion will beat you down physically, okay? But also, I was in this spot where I wasn't seeing my kids because I was working all the time again. I was missing important things. And you guys, I get no's all the time. Last night I pushed and pushed and pushed for my VIP 800 reset before midnight. You want to know what time I signed my last promoter for that VIP reset? 11:59. Between 8 p.m. and 11:59, I signed 2 promoters and a new customer, because that's what I needed to make up the remaining amount for my VIP 800 reset. I pushed and pushed and pushed. Her order, though, didn't go in until 12:04. So I missed getting paid on this Tuesday. But guess what? I sat there and I could have been all bummed out. But I said, oh my God, I just qualified for the Toronto event and airfare, and I just hit my VIP 800 reset. Like, how can I be sad about that? I hit it before the time was up. I hit it on Sunday night. Yes, it might be 12:04, but I still did it. And that satisfaction of still pushing yourself and I told my husband, because we went yesterday, it was like the only day that we were going to have to go and pick up a couple things, and got myself a Mother's Day present and a curling thingy-mabobber. But anyways, I spent the day with my family. We went out to eat, traveled down the road, whatever, came back home. And I told my husband, I said, all right, now I got to get to work, because I am hitting this VIP 800 before bed. I said, I'm not going to take ifs, ands, or buts. I'm going to make it happen. I don't know how I'm going to make it happen, because, guys, I was still at 300 out of 800 that I needed. And it was 8 o'clock at night. And I'm like, I'm going to get this done. I don't know how, but I'm going to get it done. And that's what you got to do. You have to realize this. And you know, sometimes people look at those free credits that we get every month whenever we sign customers. Sometimes people look at that and they say, oh, what can I get? I say, what can I give? Okay? Because I'm willing to pay for my product because I know the product's worth it. And I'm going to tell you, some of you guys are really tight on money. You'll get there. You'll get there, okay? But here's what you have to focus. The more people that you help, the more you're going to be helped on those credits, okay? Because you're going to get more credits if you sign in customers that have, that are getting the experience and trying the experience. Like for me, I had like $313 in credits this month. Why did I do that? Because people bought the couples pack. People bought, and why did I do that? Because there's plenty of husbands and wives out there that are tired, that are exhausted, that are you guys, if you're not talking about the people, don't sign them up as two separate customers just so you can get two customers. Sign them up as one customer and get the couples pack. That's going to up your credits. All right? Get the husband and wife, get them happy. My husband is thriving and I am thriving, and I could tell you we wouldn't have it any other way. And the reason why is because I can't tell you how many people have asked him what that was, have asked me what that was. I can tell you our energy is better, our moods are better, our relationship is better. Period. End of story. That's just the reality of it. My life is done a complete turnaround since I started these products. And that's the kind of stuff that you need to be sharing with people. All right. Yes, it's great to talk about all the other things, but what is it doing for you? What is it really changing for you? This business can change your life if you allow it to. There are going to be some people that want to come in and they'll walk, they'll crawl. Some people just want to be part of something. Some people want to replace their income. Some people desperately need this because they're about ready to lose their house. They don't have a way to provide for their kids. They don't have anybody to watch their kids whenever they have to be at work. And they're paying just as much in childcare as what they would be if they just stayed home, and they want to stay home. Some of them are just working because they need the benefits. Okay. The reality of this is that network marketing opens it up for everybody. Whether you want to do a little or you want to do a lot, this is your opportunity, guys. You know, they always talk about people playing the lottery. How many people spend money on the lottery every single day? My grandma used to be one of them, man. I'll tell you what, I played her number one time after she passed away, because my grandma was she used to tell me she used to go to bingo all the time. I'm sorry, I always tell stories, but my grandma used to go to bingo all the time, and this was an early child lesson. You ready for it? She told me there's no such thing as luck. You either show up and you make it happen, or you don't. So she used to go to bingo all the time. I'd be like, good luck, grandma. You know, good luck, gran. I call my grandma gran. It's like, good luck, gran. She'd be like, I don't need any luck. It's like, there's no such thing. And I knew that from an age, before I could probably even walk. Seriously, there's no such thing as luck. It's hard work, dedication, showing up, and making it happen. You know, she couldn't have won bingo if she didn't show up, if she didn't buy the cards, if she didn't sit there and play and pay attention. She didn't sit there. I mean, these little things that you learn that you don't realize are actually significant in life, they really do add up, guys. And when you take your life lessons and you start applying them to even this business, you're going to find millions of surprises out there. I sit there and think about just my childhood and growing up, and the fact that my dad was never give up, never give up. You know, you might not be the best person out on the field, but if you're showing up every day, you're going to continue to get better. And who are you trying to get better than? Yourself, right? If you're not willing to learn, you can't grow. Every single one of you guys that are showing up on these Zooms, give yourself a pat on the back, because seriously, 95% of people don't show up. All right. And that's why most people don't ever go anywhere. Don't get sidetracked by the people that don't try. Okay. There are going to be people that sign up that never do a single thing, that sit there and ask a million questions because they're not willing to log in a website and look it up for themselves. They're not willing to go on a team page and hit the search button and just go ahead and do it. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of you guys just don't know that that's possible that you can do. Click the little search button at the top of the page. Ask somebody. One of the things that leadership, on the leadership call today that Lisa was talking about, was three-way calls. So I kind of want to bring that up too before we get into some of it. Guys, three-way messages, three-way calls, all of those things you have the ability to utilize. People that are on this team, does not matter rank. I do not want to get into this whole rank game, okay? It's somebody that inspires you, that helps you, that has a story, a testimony. Reach out to them and get them on a 3-way call if that's who is going to help you. If it's talking to a customer, talking to a promoter, there's one rule I have and one rule only. That person better know what the heck they're getting on the phone call with me. Do not bombard somebody with a phone call or a 3-way chat with me and they have no clue. Because honestly, that is the rudest thing that you could do to somebody. Please don't ever do that. I would be ticked off if I got into a chat and somebody started asking me about a business and joining me about, like me joining a business with them or something, and they had their upline, they're tag teaming me. I would feel like, seriously, like, build up and come on, wouldn't you? Be like, whoa, horsey, wait a second. And also, you want to let people know why you're adding them to a chat. How is some ways that you can do that? You want to be like, okay, like somebody's sitting there talking to you about concerns, maybe they have like celiac disease or lactose intolerance or something, right? But you know somebody over here that has had a testimony, that somebody that has gone through it, or maybe better yet, you know somebody that's a nurse, okay? Like I can relate to this one. Somebody that's a nurse that's on the 3rd shift that works midnight shifts. I would be a good person for you to get in contact with, because I could sit there and I could talk to that person and explain to them. I'm not talking about just promoters. I'm talking about customers. You're talking about trying to get somebody on the Thrive experience. Guys, I got a huge testimony on that when it comes to working the 3rd shift and being on the Thrive experience. And those are the types of things. Okay. You want to talk about somebody that's in a salon, somebody that works every day in a salon and how that person can incorporate that into their life. Maybe Donna would be somebody that you could talk to. All right. Maybe somebody that's just all about the money. Man, get some Jamie Pekka on there with them. All right. Because she's going to get straight to the point. She's going to be like, there's no bullshit. Here we go type of thing. Right. You guys, there are so many amazing, maybe you need somebody that's just going to be really kind and soft and gentle. And then you're going to be like, hey, Lacey, I need you, because Lacey's like got a super sweet way and just her voice just suits you. It just makes me nice and calm. I swear Lacey joining the night that I joined was like the best thing ever that could have happened to me, because she like eased my anxiety like immediately, because she was just so calm and cool and collected and just wanted to know it, right? Here's the thing, people misconstrue sometimes that them running this business means they can't have a life. All right. I want to tell you guys something. There is nothing further from the truth. Is it hard to learn to balance sometimes? Yes, it is. But you have to remember this. You have to respect people's times. Okay. Like I personally don't like to do calls or anything like that between 3 and 9 p.m. during the school week, because I am with my kids. That's their time for ball games, for school activities. I might pop in here and there, but I don't normally schedule Zooms between those times unless it's like a no other time can do it. I don't do 3-way calls between those times. People can either do them before 3 or after 9. Because honestly, you're going to get a rushed me. You're going to get a kids all over the place, because that's their time. That's homework time. That's time for their ball time. And I had a hard time I used to have a hard time telling people no with that. But I've had to get pretty firm with it, just for the simple fact I'm there for my team, but I cannot not be there for my family. Okay. And your family should always come first, period. End of story. At the end of the day, your family comes first. Your family is your why. Your family. Okay. You're on vacation with your kids. Good. Be on vacation with your kids. Have a good time. Like Brittany was just talking about how she missed some stuff while she was at Disney with her kids. Do you expect her to be on all the time? I sure as heck didn't expect to see her very much. I was impressed with how much I did see. And she's over here like, I didn't get anything done. I'm like, girl, you were still posting. You were still talking. Like, what are you talking about? You totally did. Because here's the thing. You have to be able to enjoy your life while you're building this business, or you're going to resent your business. If all you were doing is working your business, and especially if you're working your business and you're in one of those periods where you're not signing anybody, boy, you start to get ticked off. and you start to get mad and you start to get angry and ask yourself, like, you start talking that negative self-talk, like, what am I doing wrong? Why is nobody joining me? I'm just not made out for this. No, quit talking to yourself like that. Yes, you are made out for this. Every single person is made out for this. Okay. If you choose to be, but that's your choice. I want to talk about, because social media, guys, there's no hiding behind it. Okay. Social media is so huge, and you guys have heard me jab my mouth and jaws about that. And there's definitely Zooms that we've done on it. And if you have not been on them, you can just click on the YouTube videos. There's always I record all these Zooms and I just upload them to my YouTube. So you can always just go to Amanda Arnett and find it on there. But there's also some other things, and that's just for you to do on your own time whenever you want to. But since social media is so huge, I want you guys to keep in mind a couple things. Aubrey posted a great thing today. I think it was today. It might have been yesterday, about taking a look at your own social media account. I'm just as guilty, guys. Okay. Like last night, I totally, told people PSA to not be an asshole. I mean, seriously, like I post stuff like that sometimes too, because people sometimes need a piece of humble pie, and people are mean sometimes. They just need to be called out. Anyways, that's not really the best thing to post, because then you attract a lot of negative at the same time. But sometimes you just got to speak your mind, right? And then I told everybody to have an amazing night. End it with a kiss or something. I don't know. But that's just me. And people know that, because the people that follow me know my personality, and they know that you just never know what I'm going to say sometimes. But I try to keep it positive for the most part on my Facebook. I really wanted to complain the other day. My daughter got this really hideous haircut, and I so wanted to blast the girl on Facebook. But then I thought I did like that 24-hour rule thing, basically, of thinking about how it was going to come across if I just sat there and bashed her. And I didn't do it. I wanted to, because I was very angry, but I held my tongue, because I run a business on my social media. And how is that going to look, me bashing another business, another person, for a job? Maybe that girl was having a really bad day and she took it out on my kid. I don't know. But she wasn't very nice. But anyways, nonetheless, I held my tongue, even though I really wanted to. But I knew that all that it would attract was a bunch of negativity. So I stayed away from it, right? That doesn't mean you can't talk about controversial things sometimes. Just watch it. Just watch it. I stay away from too much religious, too much political, too much like drama-y stuff. As much as possible. Today, I talked about my taxes, and that was a positive, negative thing. I think I need to move. But you want to post stuff like that. But I'm going to have Amanda, before I keep on running my mouth, I'm going to have Amanda Hall talk a little bit, because her and her team have been doing something very unique, that I jumped in, this past week, for a couple days, and I was part of it, and I really, really enjoyed it. I really liked the way that the interaction was. I really liked also being able to get to know some of my teammates that I didn't really get to know very well before, and liking and commenting and making sure that I was friends with them and so forth, and really just kind of got to see a taste of their personality and the kind of stuff that they're posting. And I think there were so many good points to it that, anyways, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to let Amanda talk. And because I think that you guys will really love this. And because social media is such a big thing for us, and we're growing a lot in that way. And by the way, Amanda, if you would just touch on this, because I know you do it too, adding people to your social media that you meet when you're out. If you could add that in when you're talking, I'm going to shut up now.
Sure. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. It's the first time using my headphones. So, yeah, so one thing that I'm constantly doing, this is something that I did. I'm actually going to talk about what you just mentioned first about adding people and networking when you're out. This is something that I did all weekend long. I actually do every time I go out. I will be talking to people. I will be engaging. I will wait until they say something. We will wear our DFTs visible. Or I will just ask like a cashier or something like, how's your day going? Like, are you almost off work? Anything to prompt them to react, or you'll learn with people. If you can just get them talking, they will tell you everything that you need to hear. You just need to listen. Okay. So that takes away that pushy sales, okay, because you're then sharing. So for instance, you know, like maybe an example for me might be checking out at Kroger, and I might, you know, my cashier, like, oh, you look tired. Like, have you been here all day? And she's like, oh my gosh, yes. I cannot wait to get out of here. I have like 4 minutes left, or 40 minutes left. You know, okay, I have an opening there to talk about, you know, obviously she's not enjoying her job, or, you know, the money aspect of it. But then also too, it's opening me up, you know, just to talk to her. It's like all about building relationships. And so like I'll chit chat with her, and maybe about the products and the energy that I have. I might say something like, oh, girl, like before 2 months ago, trust me, like I was dragging butt all day, every day. Like I just cannot even believe how much things have changed for me the past 2 months. She's going to ask me a question. And, you know, so we'll have a little chit chat. It's all about being genuine and not forcing it. Like, do not be fake, because people see that a mile away. So be very genuine. As I'm talking to her, I'm taking out my phone. I am opening up my Facebook app. I mean, I can do that, you know, like in my sleep. So I can just still look at them while I'm doing it. I take out my phone. I open up my Facebook app. I click on the search bar at the top. And I'm like, you know what? Like, it's really, I've enjoyed talking to you. And if you want to learn any more, or, you know, I'm always running these promos on my Facebook. I said, here, go ahead and send yourself a Facebook request. As I'm telling them to do this, I'm handing them my phone. They literally type in their name on their face, or on my Facebook, and they send themselves a friend request. Okay, so even if there's someone that's not interested and they're just being nice, they can always like decline your friend's, you know, request. But I've never honestly, you know, realized that someone hasn't. So I'm constantly like expanding my network. I'm constantly engaging, and I'm constantly being out there in the public. Don't think for 1 second when I'm talking to Betty Sue at Kroger's that the 3 people behind her are not listening to what I'm saying. Okay, these products are really changing a life, you know, changing lives. It's just a matter of listening for people, kind of waiting for your end, being genuine, and building relationships. So getting those people on Facebook, they may not be interested at that moment. They may not have the money at the moment. They may think you're batshit crazy at the moment. That's okay, because they are going to start watching. They are going to start paying attention. They are going to see people's testimonies, sharing those testimonies from the Lavelle fan page. They are going to see that. We may not relate to something with her or with that person in particular, but they will relate to something that we are posting. So sharing those stories is super important. So that's what we constantly do. If I'm out and someone's like, you know what, do you have a card? I'm like, no, but you know what? I'll take out my phone. I will open up the app. I will click on customer. I'll click on USA. And I'll say, you know what? If you just want to throw in your email and create a username and password, you'll be like, I'll have access to contact you. Or I will, another thing I'll do is I'll say, you know what? I don't have any cards on me. But you can go ahead and text me, or send yourself a text from my phone, so that way we can, you know, we can meet up, we can keep in touch, you know, those kinds of things. Constantly trying to just grow my network. And those are simple things to do. And really, truly, everybody, I feel like, is on Facebook, and no one thinks twice about sending a friend request. You know, it used to be more so like a cold market versus warm market thing. And now people are just excited. They feel your excitement. They want to be a part of that. They want to learn more. They're curious, you know, so just be bold enough to do it. I don't think I've ever had someone tell me no about that, you know. And like I said, I am speaking to them, and I'm opening it and I'm putting it in their hands as I'm telling them, go ahead, send yourself a friend request from my page. Then we can stay connected. Watch my page for special promos. My husband and I do them weekly. You know, something like that. Like I'm drawing them in. So much about this business is about the pull, not the push. You don't ever want to push somebody into something. But by branding yourself, by being creative, by being smart, working smarter, not harder, something I say like 1,000 times a day, and constantly growing your network, those people will come to you. Okay. To touch on Facebook a little bit, some easy things I do. Okay. So people are constantly like, Facebook is all about algorithms. You know, you love them or you hate them. Most of us hate them. But the Facebook algorithms, really, truly, the more people that you interact with, the more people that are going to see your post. That's what gains you post exposure. So, and engage with a variety of people. Let's see. Okay, one of my main tips, and this is what I tell my team too, it can get very time consuming trying to go through and figure out who to interact with, who to not. So keep it simple, okay? Again, work harder or work smarter, not harder. What I do is I pick a letter a day. So May 1st, I go to my A's. I type in the A's in my Facebook friends list. I go, and there's no rhyme or reason to what I do necessarily, but I will go to, I'll type in the A, and everybody that has an A, first or last name starting with an A, pops up. I go down through there. The list is not that long. I go down through there. I click on the person. I scroll. I will comment on like 1 or 2 posts, and I will like 2 or 3 posts. Okay, so now I'm engaging with that person. That person is then going to see my page and start kind of watching what I'm doing. And also the way that Facebook works as well is the more people that you're commenting with and the more people that are on your page, like it's constantly keeping it shuffled. So then May 2nd, I go to B. May 3rd, I go to C. 26 letters in the alphabet, usually about 30 days in the month, give or take. So, I mean, that's absolutely perfect. You are constantly going through every single person on your friends list, and you are engaging, and you are showing them interaction every single month. It's not like someone that you haven't talked to for 7 months. You are in some way, shape, or form building a relationship with them intentionally and very genuine. Be genuine about those comments and, the likes and stuff like that as well. And you're growing your network. It's absolutely okay, and I actually encourage you to friend and follow other Lavelle promoters. One thing that you guys can do, so that way that's not everything that's seen on your Facebook wall, is you can go and you, like on the follow button, you can click that and you can set it to default. And most of the time, it automatically goes to see first. Well, as much as I love seeing all of your guys' posts, I'm trying to engage with an audience and expand my market. So I will go, I'll accept the friend request or, send the friend request and I'll follow you. I want to see your stuff, but I do not want to see your stuff as soon as it pops up necessarily. And I don't necessarily want to just see your stuff. So you guys, that's a good little tip too. Let's see. I took a couple notes. Literally, I talked to Amanda today. I was at lunch. And I wrote my notes out on a napkin. Always working, even if I don't have the proper utensils. Let me see here. So I got some notes. Oh, okay. So this is a really fun way to help other people, right? Show love on other promoters' pages, on their post. I will go down through. Sometimes we all get sucked into like the mindless scrolling of Facebook, and it's like the worst thing ever. But sometimes, like as I'm going through and I'm, looking or commenting or whatever, I'll come across my promoters, my team, my sidelines. I'll come across their post. It may have been something that they posted 5 hours ago, but if I like or especially go comment that on that, especially if it's a picture, guess what? It's going to bump it back up in everybody else's feed. All of their followers, all of their friends, it's going to regenerate up to their feed. Okay, so that's really good. Like, I love when people do that with me. I usually try to do it with lifestyle posts with people. If I see a very genuine lifestyle post or someone having fun or someone just showing their DFT, just not a salesy post or whatever, I don't care how long it's been since someone has commented on that picture. I will actually go and comment. And like I said, it'll bump it back up so then people start seeing it again. So that's just something like a fun little courtesy that you can do, for sidelines and your team as well. Okay, being intentional with your posts, some interaction posts. Like my interaction kind of like came to a halt last week. It wasn't horrible. I went on like adding friends, people. I went on like a little spree. One thing that you guys have to remember when you do that is you can actually, I know where it is on Apple phones. I'm not for sure with Droids. But you can actually go to your Friends tab if you have an Apple, and you can scroll over at the top. It'll say like outgoing, requests, like a few little things. And you want to click on outgoing. And if somebody's been sitting there for a while, like 2 to 3 days or maybe even a little bit more, go ahead and delete them. You're sending them that friend request and they're not responding to it. You want to delete that. So go ahead and unsend that friend request. So that way your numbers with, again, it's algorithms, stay balanced with Facebook. You're not sending out more than what is getting accepted, okay? Because everything with Facebook is balanced. So that's really good little tip. Things that generate a lot of action or interaction posts, call to action posts. So you can say, who wants to lose 15 pounds between now and July 4th? Or, whatever. That is called a call to action post. Those posts are asking people to comment. Another thing that's great for interaction are games. You know, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many of those little math games I've seen. If these French fries plus this cheeseburger plus this equals this, then you know what I mean? There's those. Like last night I put one on, I think I had like 50 some comments, and it was something about water emptying into a tank. People have opinions, okay? Put something out there where you are asking their opinion for something, they will give it to you. And the more comments that you are continuously getting on that post, the more the post stays bumped up. Like I said, the math game. I have done nail polish. I'll go to Pinterest and I'll look up cute nail designs. I'll drop it in the collage and I'll put A, B, C, D. Hey, y'all, I'm going to get my nails done tomorrow. What do you think's the cutest? Whatever. That's going to generate so many comments. Again, the more comments you have, the more you're boosted up in this algorithm. Let's see. Make posts that will generate shares. That's another thing. That's something that I kind of slack on sometimes. But like last night, for instance, I put up something that I had seen a couple months ago and just never reposted, and I saw it kind of pop back up. But it was, you can go to these websites, and it's freaky, actually. You can type in your name and your zip code, and it will like pull up everything about you. It will pull up your current address, your current, like all your past addresses, your phone numbers. Like it's kind of freaky, but you can actually have an option to go in there and delete the public record. So I put that up there and I was like, this is crazy. Make sure that you share with your friends. Well, I woke up this morning, there was like 50 some or like 40 some shares on it. I usually never get that many shares on a post. People like that stuff. And again, that my posts all day today have gotten many more likes and many more comments because, again, that feeds into that Facebook algorithm. Games, I already kind of went over that. That's a good one to do too. If you guys want to do, like if you guys are doing giveaways, the like Duck Duck Goose game, you guys can change that into anything you want, where you have people comment and then the last person to comment before you comment, you know, Goose or whatever game you're playing gets a mini experience. You guys can let that run for 1,000 comments. Like there's, you know what I mean? Just let that run away. The more people that like, comment, and share your post, build that up. And then specifically what you were talking about, Amanda, as far as the interaction in the little groups, like Jessica Means like actually came up with this. She's freaking awesome. She is a social media guru. She's one of my best friends, so I get it all kind of secondhand from her. I call them burst groups. So basically breakout groups. And what I like to do in my team page is we create urgency. We'll say, okay, we're going to do our next burst group. I'll take the first 10 people because you do want to kind of keep the groups small. People comment, you take like the, you know, first 10 or whatever, and you put them into a group chat. And it's pretty basic. Like you have pretty, you know, basic rules. These chats are going to last 2 to 3 days. You don't want them to expand that much further or that much longer. The key to these groups, everyone can post. So let me back up. Those 10 people that commented, I'm putting them in a group chat. This is specific for interaction only. These 10 people get 3 posts a day. They can share, when they go to post, they can then share it to the group. And they can do, like I said, they can share up to 3 posts a day. And then what that does for us in that group is then we're like, oh, okay, this person posted. They literally post, they hit the share button on their post, and then they share it to our group. Well, then I see it pop up that Amanda posted something, and I'm going to go and I'm going to click on that link that's in the Facebook group because it was shared. I'm going to go and I'm going to comment. Okay, so that's just being intentional. It's like these burst groups. There is some urgency behind this. Your posts get the most views in the first 16 minutes is the number. So you want to make sure that you're creating urgency with this. When you see, and do not turn off your post notifications for these groups, okay, these interaction groups, because they are created for urgency. Within the first 15, 20 minutes, you're going to want to go and comment. I try to go as soon as I see that notification pop up. That is then keeping that person's post pushed up. It is also, Facebook's like, hey, hello, all these people are liking and commenting your stuff. Oh, and you're back up with that algorithm again. So you're wanting to create urgency with that. You're wanting to do it right away. I understand that people work and, no big deal. Get to it when you can if you're not able to get to it in the first 15, 20 minutes. When you're going and you're commenting, words are much better than emojis. And I know we all get busy, so sometimes putting a few hearts on there. Yes, that's considered a comment. Yes, that will bump their stuff back up and it will give them another comment. But truly, words are much better. People that can feel that passion. With these groups, everybody participates in the group. If they can't participate, they don't need to be in it. And I don't mean to sound brash when I say that. I just simply mean we are all diligently working. So if you're posting 3 times a day in that group and we're going and we're liking, commenting on your stuff and you're not returning the favor, then I usually just kind of message somebody and, you know, if the group is still going on, and I just like give them a heads up like, hey, you know, let's see here. Oh, you want to switch groups often. So I don't want the same 10 people in my interaction group all the time, because then Facebook's going to be like, hey, you have the same 10 people commenting on all your stuff. So you constantly want to switch that up. Let's see. You want to schedule like I said, you want to schedule those with your teams and create urgency within your teams. This is a tool. This is something that we don't have to do, but it's something so easy and it helps so many people. But you don't want to just open it up for anybody, because then you get people that aren't really serious about doing it. So you create that urgency. Our big thing is, hey guys, I'm going to take the next 10 people and we're going to do another burst interaction group. And then like usually Jess or one of my other people that help run the team page, they'll pop on and they'll say, when the 10 spots fill up, okay, I got the next 10. So we might have 3 or 4, a leader with 3 or 4 different groups going on. But that's just that many more people that we're helping. Let's see. Another tip would be to use the story feature on Facebook. The thing with Facebook algorithms also, the more Facebook features you use, the more it's like a point system with the algorithms. The more, like I said, Facebook features that you use, the more points you have. So using things like the Facebook story, using features like sending money through PayPal, checking in at different places, all of those things build points. Things that kind of take away those points or can kind of like reduce your organic view might be tagging people that aren't near you if you're at a location. If you're tagging people and you're tagging a location and they're not with you because the location features on our phones, Facebook can actually detect that. Another really good thing that will help with Facebook is selfies. Facebook actually does like a facial recognition. So if you're just holding up your, like a DFT or your lifestyle mix, okay, that's great. That's an interaction post, or that's a lifestyle post. That's awesome. You're posting, okay, like kudos. But no matter how bad you look, if you can take a selfie or something like that facial recognition, whether it's you or, somebody around you, that's going to actually get you more organic views. If y'all look like a hot mess, like I do about 99.9% of the time, Snapchat filters are your BFFs, so I definitely use those as well. Let's see. Another quick thing is, if you're using Instagram to build your business, do not post on Instagram and share to your Facebook. Okay, you actually want to post on Instagram separately, and then you want to go to Facebook and you want to make that post from Facebook. You do not want the 2 linked, okay? Let me try to think what else for Facebook. Something that'll land you in jail real quick with Facebook is sending the same message to people in your friends list, like the group, not the group chats, but if you started like a DM with that person, or you're, like whatever, you're just in a private conversation with people, or you're trying to reach out to them, do not copy and paste and put to multiple people. Facebook will throw you in jail with a quickness because they pick that up, that repetition, they pick that up as spam. Same thing goes with posts. If you guys see us post something, I do it all the time. Y'all have awesome posts and creativity sometimes I'm just running dry on. It's nothing for me to borrow somebody's post, copy, paste it, put my own picture or my whatever, but you want to switch that up. You do not want to go verbatim word for word. You want to try to switch at least 20% of it. So whether that's adding emojis, whether that's like, changing whatever wording, first of all, you're branding yourself, so you definitely want people to know that that post is coming from you. Again, building relationships and being genuine is huge. Second of all, Facebook will pick up multiple words, like, what am I trying to say? Like, they will pick up the words if they see them multiple times. If they see that post multiple times, do it. If you guys don't believe me, do it one or 2 times, and your post will get like no likes or comments because it varies that. So Facebook is it can be very tricky. If you guys, like I said, Amanda's got amazing social media videos out there. There's tons of things you can look up. There's even groups that you can join that like people study this. Jessica Means is amazing, amazing, amazing resource. So follow her. And I think that's pretty much it.
Jessica does a lot on Instagram as well. I've been a slacker on Instagram since I joined this business. I decided I was going to get more involved in it again because I built my previous business with mainly Instagram and Facebook. But I haven't really found my niche. And I truly believe with Instagram, you have to show your uniqueness there. If you don't, you won't get followers. You have to really, really be you. And I've had a hard time like trying to kind of make the transition, I guess, over there. But on Facebook, I'm completely just like people know me and a little bit more. With Instagram, it's more cold market. A lot of people don't know you. They're just seeing your picture, your profile for the first time a lot of times. And it's like a make or break. You know, I catch their attention. I still get likes. I still get comments. I still get followers. I still get messages. But it's not anywhere near like, I just don't spend enough time on it because Instagram is kind of time consuming sometimes. Yeah. But Facebook, Amanda, you gave some wonderful tips. The interaction is so huge. And I'm so glad that you covered the copying and pasting and changing it up at least 20% and making it your own. And if guys, you do happen to copy and paste a post and it's like a post with a picture or something like that, use a different picture. Because what happens is if you have common friends with that person and they're seeing the same post and the same picture, then that takes all the genuality out of it. It's going to make people be like, okay, like what's up with that? I can have the same exact post of Amanda, but if I change it up and make it totally me and throw in a different picture or whatever, people aren't even going to, like, it's not even going to click to them. Because here's the thing, guys, people pay attention to that picture that's coming across their screen. They don't read the middle. A lot of people don't read the middle of a conversation. So if like your post is real long, I sometimes make these really long posts and you will get people that say, I don't normally read posts like this because they are so long. But sometimes I just want to fill my heart out. But when I do, I make sure that when they read it, it's really intentional. Those super long posts, most of the time people are not going to grasp onto. So I try to keep things really short and simple. Another powerful tool, guys, along with those interaction posts and those are great tips with like the finger, like getting your nails done and asking people suggestions and so forth. I don't know how many of you guys saw my post from yesterday, me talking about this curler and walking through the mall and how it's a hater and all that stuff about like when people come up to me and bother me and stuff. Check out the interaction on that post. Like seriously, go to my page and check out that. It's just a random fact, but it gets people thinking. It gets people thinking. It gets people in that right mindset. Like I've totally been that person that like hated on something, or I totally was that person that never wanted people to bother me. I totally was that person. Oh, wait, maybe I should go ahead and try that. I signed a couple people last night because they were like, you know what? Not only did I have some free credits to give, but they're like, gosh darn you, you keep on tempting me. I keep on seeing your posts. What if I would have quit posting? I keep on seeing your post and I haven't been able to get it off of my mind. And then you want to know what? It was like 11 o'clock and she still hadn't ordered. So you know what I did? I even said to my husband, I said, what should I say? I don't want to sound too pushy. He says, just message her and ask her if she had any trouble placing her order. Duh. So that's exactly what I did. And here she had timed out. Her computer had timed out when she hit submit. So then she hit submit and boom, there was a new customer. And you know, guys, sometimes it's as simple as that. How many times? I think it's like you follow up 11 to 12 times or something with somebody before they actually end up sometimes joining you. Imagine those people that you talked to one time and then you never went back and followed up with them because you thought that you were bothering them. Guys, if they were interested before, they're probably still interested and just like asleep somewhere because they're so tired. I don't know. But seriously, and another thing too, guys, try not to take it personal when people tell you that they just aren't ready yet. Because I'm going to tell you what, some of the most amazing people that have joined me throughout the years are people that just weren't ready yet. And if I would have pushed them, they may never have joined me. But most of them ended up joining me at some point in time, because when it was their time and I was patient with them, caring for them, treated them with respect as a person, as a friend, got to know them even better as a friend, my business like grew, and they saw that I wasn't going anywhere. They saw that I was there regardless if they were going to sign with me today or tomorrow, next week, next month, or ever. That genuinely, I promise you, is going to mean so much for your future in this industry. I have friends that are in other businesses that I am strongly supportive. I'm excited for them. I celebrate their journeys, because here's the thing, guys. No matter what, at the end of the day, nothing is guaranteed. Okay? And you don't know when another company is going to shut down. You don't know if this company would shut down. Okay? So what I want to tell you is this, and that's just with everything. I mean, my company, the hospital that I worked for filed for bankruptcy a couple years ago. Everybody was scared to death for their jobs. All right. A big pharmaceutical company locally here, they were just getting ready to strike. That's not guaranteed. It doesn't matter if it's a 9-to-5 job, it's a corporation, it's a company, whatever. The fact that this company is debt-free gives us a lot of comfort, okay? But there are companies, network marketing companies, that get started and that shut down all the time, especially ones that aren't debt-free. So I'm going to tell you, be supportive of small businesses. Try things. All right. Like, I'm hooked on that LipSense stuff. I'm hooked on these different products. All right. They make your lips all nice and pretty. I'm hooked on this hair product stuff. Like, I'm like hooked on all kinds of stuff. All right. But you know what? I'm supporting another friend and I'm enjoying the products. And guess what? That support is going to mean so much if their company shuts down and they need another opportunity. Who are they going to come to? The person that was one of their customers, the person that cheered them on, celebrated their victories, their goals, that truly cared about like them. And you know, guys, when you make friends with people, when they're genuine friendships and when they're not. Okay? You know. Right? So friendships work in a two-way streak. All right? You love and you celebrate, and you realize that you don't see half the people that you really want to cheer on sometimes on Facebook. But if you're intentional about it, you will. It's really hard to keep up with. That's why I say don't beat yourself up. Realize that not everybody is seeing your post. The more intentional you are with the interaction tips that Amanda gave, I promise you're going to see and reach more people. You want to constantly be growing your network. I challenged everybody a couple weeks ago. I'm going to challenge you guys all tonight before we get off of here. We're going to cover just the VIP reset and the VIP 800 before I get off. But I challenge every single person on here to see how many Facebook friends they have tonight. And I challenge you to increase that by at least 100 by next Monday. By at least 100. I mean, that's not that bad. Okay, I promise you. Because I know people that start practicing techniques of telling people happy birthday, start these interactions, start adding people, 10, 15 people every single day, 10, 15, 20 people every single day. Don't do it all at one time. Maybe do like add 5 later on today, add 5, whatever. Go to your old high school, go to your old job, go to your old, I don't know, your favorite place that you used to like to eat. Go to all these different places on Facebook, find people. Oh, another place that you can find awesome people to friend, okay, are these really cool posts sometimes that pop up in your newsfeed and you're like, oh my God, these posts have so many freaking likes and comments on it. And it's totally something relatable, like the high achievement planners, people that like to plan, people that like to organize, people that are interested in that kind of stuff. Friend some of those people. Who cares? Don't do a whole bunch of those people though, because you don't have any friends in common with them. They're more likely to be like, why are you friending me? And then you've got that awkward, I don't know, you just look like you'd be interesting or something. But really, you want to genuinely get to know people when you friend them. So if you friend them, I normally like to go to their profile, make sure there's going to be something relatable with them. Maybe they just were wearing this awesome top that I really liked, or their hair was really pretty or something. I don't know. I tell them that too when they ask me why I friended them. I don't know. I liked your hair. I don't know. You like to shop the same place I did. You're a nurse. You're from my hometown. I don't know. You look familiar. Like, don't be scared when people ask you why you friended them. Just be honest with them and bring out why you decided to friend them. You have 4,943. Oh, you need to get rid of some of those people, girl. If you're a girl, maybe you're a guy. I don't know. It just says Samsung. But you need to get rid of some of those people, and because you need to make room for some fresh new faces. So my challenge to you would be to get rid of some of those people and add some new faces. Because if you just have the same people watching you all the time, you're not going to increase your interaction, and you're not going to get new eyes on your product. And here's the thing, you're going to get hundreds and hundreds and thousands of no's by the end of this. Some people like to keep a calendar. Some people like to keep a calendar of like the people they talk to. I'm not that organized. Okay, I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. I am not that organized. My follow-up game is crappy, so I would never be the one to give you the good tips on that, except for I scroll through. This is my follow-up. I scroll through my Facebook messages and my text messages, and that's how I follow up. Unless somebody gives me a specific date that they're going to sign up, or they're really fresh in my mind because they keep on liking my stuff, or I keep on seeing them pop up, then I'm a little bit better with my follow-up with them. But sometimes people contact me and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to them in months, and they messaged me like months ago. And I follow up, hey girl, I'm so sorry. It's been so crazy. And I just bring up stuff like that. So VIP 800 and VIP 1600 resets. So everybody that was part of the company prior to the first of this month, that your VIP time maybe ran out in the middle or whatever, you don't get to start that over. If your VIP time was still good during this requalification period, then you only still got your VIP time until they would reintroduce this again at some point in time, which I'm positive they will, not right away. It's not going to be like, oh, the 14th, they're going to do it. Here's the reality, guys. The 15th of the month, I'm going to tell you, is a huge time because people will have volume that goes over from this month to next month and so forth. So you're going to see a lot of people end up joining. Plus, I want to tell you something about paydays. A lot of people get paid on the 15th of the month. There's a reason why there's the 1st through the 14th of the month. It's meant to be hard. It's meant to challenge you. It's meant to push you. Most people don't work the 1st through the 14th. They work the second half of the month. This was put in place to help people to be to be able to push themselves, to push you, meant to be put in place. This week is a week where we don't have any auto ships that run. So you want your check to be higher on Tuesday, you might want to work your butt off this week, because you're not going to have those normal auto ships that run, that extra volume that comes in there. You want to sign customers, get fast starts on your promoters. You want to teach your customers a little trick. I'm going to teach you guys with customers how you can get more customers, because if a customer signs up under a customer, that's your customer. Okay, that will count towards your VIP reset. Did you know that? If you didn't, it will. So how can you do that? When your customers are out wearing their DFTs and their friends ask them, tell them to throw them in a three-way chat with you, so you can talk to their friend for them with their referral link. And then you've got some free thrivers. Pretty cool, right? You've got some free thrivers because your customer just introduced you to a couple people, and you've got some new customers that you can teach those people how to get free product also by introducing it to their friends and just by talking about it. So the VIP period, as soon as it's up, some people quit if they don't hit it. That's just flat out, it's going to happen. But then there's people that realize and see what happens with 4K, 12K, 40K, 80K. Your check is going to continue to go up. Some people are going to be stuck in, well, there's not any of those big bonuses now. Guys, I'm going to tell you what, If you saw what my check was weekly, you wouldn't care about a darn bonus. All right? And that's without bonuses. You have to be able to see what is beyond the bonus number. The bonus is very temporary, okay? It is going to come and go, and yes, you can lose it. But the residual and the actual week-to-weekly pay, the fact of seeing your team grow, that is what is worth it, okay? The more successful and the more duplication you come in teaching your team to plug in, get in the VIP 800, get them focused on how they can earn $500 real quick. Get them focused on how they can earn $1,000. And I love the fact that you cannot help somebody get that VIP 800, VIP 1600. The reason why I love it is because, guys, what is more satisfying to you? If you accomplished something because you worked your butt off and you felt like you deserved it, or you just getting it? Like just handed to you. Which one gives you a more self-fulfilling feel and more confidence? Working your butt off for it, right? I mean, you're like, and then if you work your butt off and you come up short, then you're ticked off and you get mad, you get angry, but you're still feeling it, right? Makes you want to come back even harder. Some people like to throw in the towel at that point and say, yep, no, it's just not for me. Don't be those people. Those people will always search for something like that. People like that will always, always, always search. And eventually they'll find their passion, they'll find their want, they'll find their need, and realize this isn't for everybody. Respect that from people. If this isn't for them, that's okay. Okay? It's okay. But I can tell you, I don't know who won't want to hang out with all of us because we're a bunch of crazies now. I'm just checking. We're pretty nice people. But seriously, you're going to always have support. You're going to have sidelines. You're going to have people that are going to help you. If you're brand new and this is your first Zoom, I hope I didn't scare you. I don't think I really ever scare anybody. I promise. It's the dimples. I'm not a really scary person. I just want you to know that the support's here. The resources are here. We're going to cheer you on. You're going to see people stop working at some point in time. If you haven't already, there are going to be people that stop pushing, but those people will be the people that either come in and out or the people that end up leaving. The people that keep on pushing are the people that you're going to see successful in this business, in this industry. The people that are continuously trying to learn and continue to try to feed and to continue to try to grow, those are the people that you're going to see long-term have success in this kind of industry. And those are the people that you're going to see at home with their families if they want to be, the people that you're going to see paying off stuff, people that are going to be able to go on trips, people that are going to be able to do those things. Some of you guys might be sitting here saying, well, this just isn't my thing. I don't think that I want to do all that. You don't have to. If you just want to get free product, you can just get free product. But I can tell you that it's going to be one of the most fulfilling things you ever do if you do decide to go and do all in. But it's not for everybody to want to work full time, you know. Some of us truly do just fall in love with it. I mean, that's just the reality of it. Some of us, it's like an addiction. Like you just want more. You love it. You sleep, eat, breathe it. Okay. But that's not how everybody's going to be. Most people aren't going to be like sleep, eat, and breathe it. All right. They're just not. So be okay with the people that aren't, because every single person is important, and every single person it matters. They matter because everybody's got their own reasons. So just remember that. Best quote. It's the dimples. All right, guys. Seriously, though, we're on here for an hour. Anybody have any last minute things that you want to cover? I just want to encourage everybody to work their butts off this week because I really want you to get awesome paychecks next Tuesday. I hope everybody's paycheck tomorrow is wonderful. Remember that, tomorrow actually is the second Tuesday of the month. So if you did achieve a bonus last month, then you will be getting your first payment on it tomorrow at 1 p.m. That's exciting. Plus, you'll get your weekly pay. So you'll get 2 emails tomorrow. You'll get an email for your weekly pay, and you'll see for the week I don't know what week it is. And then you'll see your monthly, which the only thing we get paid monthly, I always clarify this, every single pay. The only thing we get paid monthly are bonuses, car bonus as an iPad. If you got an iPad in the last 30 days, you'll see that. It's like $300 or $299 or something like that. And then if you got the car bonus, it's $300. If you don't have your auto agreement turned in, if you do have an auto agreement, it's $800. And then whatever bonus, if you got it and achieved it, reranked. So, and just to clarify one more thing, I'm going to turn this off. Hold on a second. I'm just going to stop the recording because that doesn't need to be on there.